Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, on my channel, I'm always telling you guys, live an active lifestyle, make smart nutritional choices, right? Move more and sit less. Fight against the laziness. It's not about perfection, but about consistency. It's not about what you look like in the mirror, but about how you feel. And I've told you guys many, many times on this channel that you're not a bodybuilder. So you should not be doing bodybuilder type workouts. You should not be doing the quote unquote bro split workouts. Especially as we get older in life, you will realize that how much weight you can actually lift is not important, ladies and gentlemen. How big your muscles are, none of this stuff is really important as we get older in life. Now, yes, we all want to be strong to a certain degree. Absolutely, man. Every man should attain or strive to have some level of strength. But remember, guys, strength is relative. So what's heavy for you may not be heavy for me. And what's heavy for me may not be heavy for you. So that's why I always tell you guys, don't get too wrapped up in your appearances or the overall strength or how big your muscles are, things of that nature, because we're all going to have different looking bodies. We're all going to have different strength levels. We're not going to look like each other, guys. That's the bottom line here. Don't chase a look, chase the feeling. Don't worry about how much weight you're lifting in comparison to somebody else, because like I told you, strength is relative, guys. And that's the truth, man. So remember, what's heavy for you may not be heavy for me. And what's heavy for me may not be heavy for you. So don't get wrapped up in how much weight you're lifting. I've told you guys to focus on what? The heart rate. That's the most important thing, especially as you get older. It's always important, but as you get older in life, guys, into your 30s, into your 40s, your 50s and beyond, the heart rate is the most important thing that you should be focusing on when you're exercising. So you want to do exercises that are going to get your heart rate up. I told you guys about the red zone. You want to get into that red zone. So what do? You take 220 minus your age, guys, and that's your max heart rate. 220 minus your age is your max heart rate. So when you're exercising, whatever you're doing, you want to try to get to that level. That's where you want to try to get your heart rate up, right? That's where you want to go. So if your max heart rate is, let's say 120, let's say, right? That's the max heart rate for you based off of your age, right? Or your heart rate is 140 for you based off of your age. That's your max heart rate. That's where you want to try to get to when you're exercising. You want to try to hit that 140. You want to try to stay there for a little bit. Once again, we don't want to go too far above it because once again, that's pushing your max heart rate. But you want to try to get there. That's how you improve your fitness. That's how you stay strong. Remember, your heart is a muscle, ladies and gentlemen. It's a muscle. It really is a muscle. People are too focused on their biceps, too focused on their chest. They're too focused on their ab muscles instead of focusing on the most important muscle in our body, which is our heart. And our heart needs that exercise. It needs to beat, ladies and gentlemen. I've trained people before who have been so lazy in their lives, who have just never done anything really for years and years and years, that when they finally started doing some exercise, they start to exert themselves and their heart starts beating. These people think they're having a heart attack because they're not used to the feeling of their heart beating that hard. So they think something's wrong. I'm having a heart attack. My heart shouldn't be beating like this. Yes, it should, ladies and gentlemen. That's literally what your heart is supposed to do. It's literally supposed to be beating hard. That's how you keep it strong. You don't keep your heart strong by doing nothing all day and having your heart barely beat at all or barely get up into that red zone. Remember things about your resting heart rate. If your resting heart rate is high, that's not good, ladies and gentlemen. You want to have a very low resting heart rate. So that means when you're not doing anything, you're just sitting on the couch, being lazy or just relaxing, then your resting heart rate should be low. It should be in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s maybe. But sometimes people have resting heart rates that are way too high. That's not good, ladies and gentlemen. That's when you might need to go get checked out. If you're just sitting around relaxing, not doing anything, but your heart still feels like it's beating fast, that could be a problem, ladies. Remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm telling you guys what I've done throughout my life, which has helped me throughout my life. And I know one thing for sure, guys. The more you move, right, the more you fight against the laziness and the better nutritional choices that you make, the better off you'll be. The less you'll have to see the doctor, the less you will, ladies and gentlemen. I went at one point in my life, guys, I went about 20 years before I saw a doctor. Once again, I'm not bragging about this. That could be dangerous. Not telling people to not go to see the doctor for that long. But what I'm telling you is that there was never a need for me to go see a doctor. I never felt like I needed to go see the doctor. So should I have gotten a regular checkup or physical things of that nature? Absolutely, I should have. But I went damn near 20 years without ever seeing a doctor for anything, like I said, related to my health. Right? Going to get a physical, getting a checkup. None of these things, because I felt fine. There was nothing wrong that I felt that I needed a doctor or go to the emergency room or a hospital. Any of those things, ladies and gentlemen. So I couldn't even tell you the name of my doctor. I don't really even know if I have a doctor. My wife's always getting on me about going to see a doctor and doing these things. And like I said, the older we get, the more responsibility falls on us to take care of ourselves and to go get these regular checkups. So I'm not saying to never go see a doctor and do what I did. That could be very, very risky, very dangerous, especially if you have a family history that's not great. But the point that I was trying to make there is that health and fitness kept me out of the doctor's office. That's what it did for me, ladies and gentlemen. And it's done that for a lot of people out here. So this is the key. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, fight against that laziness, right? And to continue to do those things and understand that health and fitness, the choices that we make, it all adds up to those things, man. You can be better. You can go out and do these things. Think about the heart rate that I talked about, right? Training that way. Don't train like a bodybuilder. Don't do it. Go out there, move more, sit less, get that heart rate going. Remember, max heart rate, 220 minus your age, ladies and gentlemen. That's the key here. Try to get into that red zone. Keep the heart rate going. That's how you should exercise. High interval training, guys. That's what I do, right? High intensity interval training. They call it HIIT workouts. That's what I always try to do. I told you guys, and I've shown you guys, go check out my videos of the workouts that I've done on camera for you guys. These are full workouts, guys, from the beginning to the end. And I'm showing you guys routines, different exercises that I like to do. And this is my high interval training workouts that I like to do. I call my circuit training. So I'll pick 3 or 4 different exercises, and I'll do them back to back to back to back. With no rest in between, and then I'll rest a minute or 2 between those sets, and then I'll go again. And I'll usually do that 4 or 5 times. Go check out the videos, guys, to get some ideas and get some inspiration to some of the things that I do. Like I said, they don't require any fancy equipment. You don't need a gym to do any of these things. All you need is some space and opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. That's the key.